Hill training is a great way to improve your running performance. And if you're the type of runner to avoid hill training due to the difficulty, or you do not know how to do hill training, then watch this video because we will help you master the hill training.
Who should do hill training? Any runners that is training for a running event such as a half marathon or a full marathon. Or if you are a recreation runner that looking to add some strength runs to your routine, you definitely want to do some hill training.
Everyone should do hill running. And when you do hill running, make sure that you are running with effort and power up those hills. Now, how should you do hill running? When you run up the hill, make sure that you are using your effort and power to drive you up that hill. And don't increase your stride length when you're going up your hill. Instead, use short, quick stops and make sure that you are controlling your body and keeping your trunk under your feet. Now, hill training should be done only one time a week. Now, running hills definitely help build mental toughness and confidence whenever that you go out and start running hills on your run. Now, when you're doing hills and you're doing hill repeat, beginners should start with doing only like 2 to 3 times of that hill repeats. Now, intermediate to advanced can look at doing 6 to 10 times or even more depending on what kind of workout you're trying to do that day of hill repeats. Now, there's different kinds of hills that you could do or training that you could do for your training. So there's that short, steep hills that you could do. You want to be looking at maybe 50 to 200 feet of that short, steep hill. And you want to make sure that it's taking you 30 seconds to get to the top of that hill. And then there's that long, steep hill. Now, that long, steep hill, you want to make sure that it is at a 5% grade. And this long hill will take 3 to 5 minutes to make it to the top. And then there's the rolling hills that you could do where there's hills back to back and you could run up down the hills. And no matter which type of hills that you are doing, you want to be mindful that when you get to the top, you can either walk or drop back down to the bottom of the hill, but you never want to try to run too fast when you're doing downhill running. And definitely make sure gravity be able to help you get down that hill. And if you want some more tips on how to do downhill running, make sure to check our video on how to do downhill running. Now, when you think about hill training, something to think about is that you want to make sure that you have built a solid base, and that means a solid running base before you get into hill training, because hill training could be difficult and hard. So that means you want to be looking at becoming a runner for at least 2 to 3 months before you try to do that intense hill running. So now let's get into some hill training workout ideals. Now, for that steep hill, of course, you want to be looking at 5%, but you can even look at 4 to 7% grade of that hill. You're going to try to sprint as fast as you can up that hill, and then you're going to run and walk down that hill. So remember that I said earlier that steep hill could take 30 seconds to get to the top, which means, like I said, for beginners, you want to do like 2 to 3 times of that hill repeats, and then more intermediate to advanced will sprint up that hill, walk, jog back down, sprint up that hill, walk, jog back down. And you can look at doing that for like 6 to 10 routes. Now, when you're doing that 6 to 10 routes, you think about doing an interval run. So that means that you could try to make sure you're running at a 5K pace, make a workout out at that. You're going to do that for 1 minute to 90 seconds of that interval run. Do that continuously, and that will help you be able to build some speed and help you with your performance. So now we go on to that hill section, and this is where you're looking at that long, last steep hill to run. So before you do this, you want to make sure before you do any of your hill workouts that you are giving yourself time to warm up, which means that you're going to do a 10 minutes walk or jog to get that body prepared for your workout. And then when you go and approach this long hill, you are going to run up that hill. Of course, it's going to take you 2 to 5 minutes to get up to the top of that hill. You're going to run it at your 5K pace. And then once you get to the top of that hill, you either walk or jog back down to the bottom of the hill. Now, since it's a more steeper, longer hill, you may look at doing last routes, which means that you may be doing 3 to 5 of that hill section.
So why should you do hill training? So hill training will help prepare you for your speed training. Due to it will help improve your cardiovascular system. So that means that hill training will also provide you the way to be prepared for high intensity sessions or workout. It also placing stress on your body can help you meet your time goal if you are looking for a certain time that you want to complete that race at. It will also help develop your leg muscles. So doing a hill workout will help work the quads, your hamstrings, your calf muscles. And so by strengthening your calf muscle, it'll help you as you are running forward when you're landing on your feet. So it'll also help improve your stamina. So that means that it will help you conserve energy. So since you are improving your stamina, that means that you can also improve your running performance or your running form. Due to, since your stamina is more increased, you won't get as tired, because we know when we get tired, our form do suffer. So hill training will also help mix up that workout. So therefore, if you are getting bored with just doing a regular running session, then definitely by adding hill set running session can make it more fun. And if you need other tips or tricks of how to make your run interesting or exciting, go check out our video of how to make running fun. So running hills will also help you prevent injury. Due to you are strengthening those muscles will help you decrease injury, especially when running uphill. Now you definitely have to be mindful when you're running downhill, because sometimes that's how injury are happening. So uphill interval intensity do improve that lactate threshold. So therefore, you could be able to still run at that fast pace, but your body is producing less lactic acid. It will help you build strength. And the great thing about definitely doing hill training if you run a race is that if you are running that race that have hills, you're able to run that hill confidently while your competitors could be struggling behind. Now that you have learned how to do that hill training, if you are wondering how do you actually run up the hill or down the hill, we have 2 separate videos of how to run uphill and how to run downhill. So go check those 2 videos out. And we can't wait to see you on the next video where we'll get you right. Until we see you next time. Bye-bye.